Hello everybody and welcome to our channel. Today we will have another driving test for LGV, large goods vehicles, also known as HGV, heavy goods vehicles. You do have 115 minutes, that's an hour and 55 minutes to answer 100 multiple choice LGV theory test questions. You must score at least 85 out of 100 to pass the test. You'll find out the answers after each question and the explanation to the correct answer. Good luck. 1. What does this road sign mean? A. No goods vehicles over 7.5 meters overall height. B. No goods vehicles over 7.5 tons maximum authorized mass. C. No goods vehicles under 7.5 meters overall height. Or D. No goods vehicles under 7.5 tons maximum authorized mass. The correct answer is B. No goods vehicles over 7.5 tons maximum authorized mass. Explanation. No goods vehicles over 7.5 tons maximum authorized mass means it's essential that all limits are complied with to avoid breaking the law and facing possible prosecution. Weight restrictions normally apply to the plated weight of a vehicle, often referred to as the maximum authorized mass, MAM. 2. You're driving a lorry with a maximum authorized mass of more than 7.5 tons along a 3-lane motorway. When may you use the right-hand lane? A. If you drive at more than 60 miles per hour. B. If you're traveling unladen. C. To overtake slower lorries. Or D. When the left-hand lane is closed. The correct answer is D. When the left-hand lane is closed. Explanation. Use of the right-hand lane on motorways with 3 or more lanes isn't normally allowed for vehicles over 7.5 tons maximum authorized mass, vehicles required to be fitted with a speed limiter, vehicles towing a trailer. This rule does not apply in special circumstances such as when the left-hand lane is closed. 3. You are the driver of an articulated car transporter. How will the overhanging top deck move as you turn corners? A. Through a greater arc than the cab. B. Through a lower arc than the cab. C. Through a shorter arc than the cab. Or D. Through a smaller arc than the cab. The correct answer is A. Through a greater arc than the cab. Explanation. The longer top deck needs a wider turning circle than the cab below it to avoid hitting lampposts, telegraph poles, etc. You must allow for this overhang when turning. 4. You are driving a lorry with a maximum authorized mass of more than 7.5 tons. What's the national speed limit for your vehicle on a dual carriageway in England and Wales? A. 40 miles per hour. B. 50 miles per hour. C. 50 miles per hour. Or D. 70 miles per hour. The correct answer is C. 60 miles per hour. Explanation. The speed limit for lorries is lower in Scotland than it is in England and Wales, so be aware, especially if you drive in the border areas. 5. What should you do to prevent your load from being stolen? A. Discuss your load with members of the public. B. Give a lift to a stranger. C. Have window deflectors fitted. Or D. Make sure all doors and windows are locked. The correct answer is D. Make sure all doors and windows are locked. Explanation. Be careful of giving lifts to strangers. Some employers actively discourage it. Allowing strangers in your cab or telling people about your load could put the security of your vehicle and load at risk and might put you in danger. 6. You are using 3 sheets to cover your load. Which is the correct overlap? A, B, C, or D? The correct answer is A. Explanation. Keep a check in your mirrors as you are driving to make sure that the sheets are secure. Air can force itself under the sheets and work them loose. 7. You are covering a load using more than one sheet. Why should you start with the rearmost sheet, then work forwards? A. To make it easier to carry longer loads. B. To make it much easier to fold up the sheets. C. To stop wind and rain from getting under the sheets. Or D. To stop you tripping when walking on the load. The correct answer is C. To stop wind and rain from getting under the sheets. Explanation. If the load is sheeted incorrectly, the wind might get underneath a sheet, making it flap about. This is dangerous as it can catch unsuspecting pedestrians or cyclists, and it can also seriously reduce the driver's view of what's happening behind. 8. When is an articulated lorry most likely to jackknife? A. When it's carrying a high load. B. When it's fully loaded. C. When it's unloaded. Or D. When its load is carried at the rear of the trailer. The correct answer is C. When it's unloaded. Explanation. When the trailer is loaded, the weight of the load presses the trailer tires firmly onto the road surface, so improving the tire's grip. Unladen, there is no load bearing down on the tires, and under heavy braking, the trailer wheels can lock or slide across the road surface, making the trailer more difficult to stop. Severe braking can result in jackknifing. The trailer doesn't slow as quickly as a tractor unit, and this causes it to pivot around the coupling. 9. Your lorry has a demountable body. What should you check before demounting the body? A. The body is unloaded and empty. B. The legs are up. C. The rear doors are open. Or D. The surface is firm and level. The correct answer is D. The surface is firm and level. Explanation. If you demount the body on a pool or soft surface, there is a danger of it sinking and becoming difficult to handle. Always think carefully before you demount the body and be sure that the site is suitable. Then, you are driving a lorry. Why do you need to take extra care when emerging at this junction? A. It's a closed junction. B. There are bollards in the middle of the road. C. There's a grass verge on the left. Or D. There's a motorcycle on the left. The correct answer is D. There's a motorcycle on the left. Explanation. Make sure that you signal in good time so the motorcyclist behind you knows your intention. You might have to position yourself wide in order to negotiate the junction. Be aware that the motorcyclist might see this as an opportunity to filter through on your near side. Check your left-hand mirror carefully before you start to turn. 11. You are driving this lorry arrowed. As you can see, the red arrow. What should you do about the emergency vehicle that's trying to emerge from the side road? A. Brake hard to a stop and wave it out. B. Brake smoothly and allow it to emerge. C. Drive on. You are on the major road. Or D. Turn left to give you a clear view. The correct answer is B. Brake smoothly and allow it to emerge. Explanation. Good forward planning will allow you to deal safely with this situation. You need to assess how your actions will affect other road users. Acting on impulse can have disastrous consequences. 12. Which articulated trailer is most at risk of jackknifing? A. A laden fuel tanker. B. A loaded flatbed trailer. C. A loaded high-sided trailer. Or D. An unladen trailer. The correct answer is D. An unladen trailer. Explanation. Jackknifing occurs when the tractor unit is pushed by the semi-trailer, pivoting around the coupling fifth wheel. This is more likely to occur with an unladen vehicle. 13. Where should you park your trailer if you have to leave it unattended? A. In a public car park. B. In a quiet residential area. C. On secure premises. Or D. On the public highway. The correct answer is C. On secure premises. Explanation. Theft of vehicles is common. You are responsible for the safety and security of your vehicle and trailer. Try to avoid leaving any trailer unattended unless it's on approved secure premises. 14. Triangular projection markers are required when your load is wider than 2.9 meters or 9 feet 5 inches. What color are these markers? A. Black and white. B. Black and yellow. C. Red and white. Or D. Red and yellow. The correct answer is C. Red and white. Explanation. The marker boards should be red and white. They must be kept clean and independently lit at night and improve visibility so that other road users can see them. 15. Your vehicle is fitted with a diff lock. When would you normally use it? A. While driving on muddy construction sites. B. While driving on straight roads. C. While towing an empty trailer. or D. While uncoupling a trailer? The correct answer is A. While driving on muddy construction sites. Explanation. The differential allows the drive wheels to rotate at different speeds. This is necessary for the vehicle to negotiate corners and bends. On a slippery surface, however, it can cause problems. If one wheel has less traction, it can spin, resulting in a complete loss of drive. The diff lock prevents the wheels from turning independently and so helps to stop this happening. 16. What should you do before driving your high-sided lorry in windy weather? A. Check your spray suppression equipment. B. Check your wind deflector. C. Only half load your lorry. Or D. Plan your route in advance. The correct answer is D. Plan your route in advance. Explanation. In high winds, some exposed roads, bridges and viaducts are close to high-sided vehicles. Plan your route with care and try to avoid these areas. Also plan an alternative route in case of road closure. "17. Your lorry is stuck in snow. You use the diff lock to move off. When should you switch the diff lock off? A. As soon as the snow has cleared. B. As soon as the vehicle is moving. C. Once the engine has warmed up. Or D. Only after selecting top gear. The correct answer is B. As soon as the vehicle is moving. Explanation. You must always disengage the diff lock as soon as the vehicle is moving. The differential allows the rear wheels to revolve at different speeds, and this allows the vehicle to follow a curved path. Attempting to turn with the diff lock engaged could result in the vehicle continuing straight on. 18. When will a box van be most affected by side wind? A. When reversing. B. When stationary. C. When traveling empty. Or D. When traveling fully laden. The correct answer is C. When traveling empty. Explanation. High-sided vehicles such as box vans are affected by side wind, particularly when they are empty. Drivers should slow down and stay alert for other road users affected by the windy conditions. 19. What's the national speed limit on a motorway for a lorry weighing over 7.5 tons? A. 50 miles per hour or 80 kilometers per hour. B. 55 miles per hour or 88 kilometers per hour. C. 60 miles per hour or 96 kilometers per hour. Or D. 70 miles per hour, 112 kilometers per hour. Correct answer is C. 60 miles per hour. That's 96 kilometers per hour. Explanation. Be aware of and obey all speed limits. On a motorway, any lorry that's articulated towing a trailer or over 7.5 tons mustn't exceed 60 miles per hour or 96 kilometers per hour. 20. You are driving a lorry with a sleeper cab. When would the quick sideways glance be Be helpful. A. After driving over a pedestrian crossing. B. Before climbing a steep hill. C. When driving round sharp bends. Or D. When traffic is merging from the right or left. The correct answer is D. When traffic is merging from the right or left. Explanation. The size and design of some cabs can create blind spots. This is especially true of a sleeper cab. A quick sideways glance might show something you can't see in your mirrors, especially when traffic is merging. 21. Why are baffle plates fitted to tankers carrying liquids? A. To make a steering lighter. B. To reduce the wave effect. C. To reduce wind resistance. Or D. To stop the brakes from locking. The correct answer is B. To reduce the wave effect. Explanation. Fluids carried in tankers can move in waves as the vehicle's speed or direction changes. This happens particularly when you brake and then ease off the pedal. The moving wave of liquid causes the vehicle to surge forward. Baffle plates are designed to reduce this surging effect. 22. Who must you inform if the load on your trailer hits a railway bridge? A. DVLA. B. Highways England. C. The local authority. Or D. The railway authority. The correct answer is D. The railway authority. Explanation. If your vehicle hits a bridge, you must report it to the police. If a railway bridge is involved, you must also report it to the railway authority. The phone number is usually shown on or near the bridge. 23. What must you have before you can leave a lorry weighing more than 7.5 tons unattended on a verge? A. A loading permit. B. A warning triangle. C. Police permission. Or D. The owner's permission. The correct answer is C. Police permission. Explanation. If your vehicle is to be left unattended on a verge, you must first get permission from the police. 24. What would you secure with a dock clip? A. The airlines. B. The diff lock. C. The kingpin release handle. Or D. The parking brake. The correct answer is C. The kingpin release handle. Explanation. When recoupling, you must connect the dock clip to secure the kingpin release handle. 25. Which of these loads needs to be transported at a controlled temperature? A. Bulk grain. B. Cement. C. Frozen foods. Or D. Timber. The correct answer is C. Frozen foods. Explanation. Some loads need to be transported in special conditions. For example, chilled or frozen foods need to be transported in a refrigeration unit. To drive one of these units, you'll need to be trained in how to use it. You'll also need relevant training in hygiene procedures. 26. You're transporting a skip carrying loose waste. How should the material be carried? A. Covered. B. Shrink wrapped. C. Under a waterproof membrane. Or D. While displaying a warning beacon. The correct answer is A. Covered. Explanation. The skip should be covered to prevent any part of the load from blowing away. Loose material blown onto the road could be a danger to other road users and can cause environmental damage. 27. You are securing a load using chains. Which type of chain is unsafe for securing a load? A. Oval link. B. Round link. C. Short link. Or D. Split link. The correct answer is D. Split link. Explanation. Split link and iron chains shouldn't be used to secure loads as they are less reliable than solid link and steel chains. For more information on the sustainability of various size steel chains, consult the relevant British standard BS leaflets. 28. What's the main reason for covering a skip that you are transporting? A. To keep the contents dry. B. To prevent any spillage. C. To prevent theft. Or D. To stop children climbing in. The correct answer is B. To prevent any spillage. Explanation. Debris falling from vehicles can be very dangerous to other road users, so skips need to be covered when they're transported. Falling debris might also cause environmental damage. 29. You've been issued with protective clothing. Who's responsible for its use? A. The Health and Safety Executive. B. The insurance company. C. You, the driver. Or D. Your employer. The correct answer is C. You, the driver. Explanation. Protective clothing will usually be provided by your company. However, it's your responsibility to make sure that you use it properly. 30. Which symbol on the back of a lorry means it's carrying a corrosive substance? A. B. C. Or D? The correct answer is A. Explanation. If you drive a vehicle carrying dangerous or hazardous material, you must make sure the correct symbol or mark is clearly visible. 31. By how much can your stop distance increase in icy weather? A. 10 times. B. 2 times. C. 20 times. Or D. 4 times. The correct answer is A. 10 times. Explanation. It's vital that you give yourself enough separation distance when driving on icy roads, 10 times as much as in normal conditions. You should brake gently to reduce the risk of losing control. 32. You are driving a large vehicle in a straight line. When is it most stable? A. During gentle acceleration. B. During gentle braking. C. During harsh acceleration. Or D. During harsh braking. The correct answer is A. During gentle acceleration. Explanation. A vehicle is more stable when traveling in a straight line under gentle acceleration. Sudden acceleration, steering or braking can cause severe loss of control. For maximum control, keep your driving as smooth as possible. 33. An enforcement officer keeps one of your tachograph charts. Who should sign the back of the replacement chart? A. The officer. B. The vehicle owner. C. You, the driver. Or D. Your transport manager. The correct answer is A. The officer. Explanation. When an enforcement officer keeps a record chart, the driver should ask the officer to sign the back of the replacement chart. They'll need to give their name, telephone number, and the number of charts they've kept. The replacement chart must be used to continue the journey. You should always carry more blank charts than you think you'll need. 34. Under EU rules, your daily rest can be reduced to 9 hours. For how many days per week is this allowed? A. 4 days. B. 1 day. C. 3 days. Or D. 2 days. The correct answer is C. 3 days. Explanation. Under EU rules, you must have a minimum daily rest of 11 consecutive hours. However, you might reduce this to 9 hours for up to 3 days in any 1 week. 35. You are at the scene of an incident. What does it mean if there is a plain orange rectangle displayed on one of the vehicles? A. It's carrying a first aid kit. B. It's carrying dangerous goods. C. It's carrying medical supplies. Or D. It's unladen. The correct answer is B. It's carrying dangerous goods. Explanation. Vehicles that carry dangerous goods have badges displayed on the side and rear. The badges are orange and show the type of material that's being carried. Make a note of this and report it to the emergency services when you contact them. 36. You are the first person to arrive at an incident where a motorcyclist is unconscious. After you've checked the area for immediate danger, what's the first check you should make on the casualty? A. Whether they can breathe. B. Whether they have any bruising. C. Whether they have broken bones. Or D. Whether they're bleeding. The correct answer is A. Whether they can breathe. Explanation. At the scene of an incident, first make sure there is no danger of further collisions or fire before dealing with any casualties. The priority when dealing with an unconscious person is to make sure they can breathe. This might involve clearing their airway if they're having difficulty or there is an obvious obstruction. Don't remove a motorcyclist's helmet unless it's essential or as you could cause them serious injury. 37. You are at the scene of an incident. How can you help someone suffering from shock? A. Give them a warm drink. B. Keep them moving. C. Offer them a cigarette. Or D. Reassure them confidently. The correct answer is D. Reassure them confidently. Explanation. Immediate treatment can help to reduce the effects of shock. Reassure the casualty and try to keep them warm and comfortable. Only move a casualty if it's necessary for their safety. 38. You arrive at the scene of an incident. The emergency services have already been called. A pedestrian is bleeding heavily from a leg wound, but their leg isn't broken. What should you do to help them? A. Apply firm pressure to the wound. B. Dab the wound to stop the bleeding. C. Fetch them a warm drink. Or D. Keep both legs flat on the ground. The correct answer is A. Apply firm pressure to the wound. Explanation. Lift the pedestrian's leg so that the wound is higher than their heart. This should reduce the flow of blood. Check that the limb isn't broken and there is nothing in the wound before applying pressure over it. 39. At an incident, a casualty is unconscious, but still breathing. Why would you move them? A. Because an ambulance is on the way. B. Because bystanders advise you to. C. Because there's further danger. Or D. Because they look uncomfortable. The correct answer is C. Because there's further danger. Explanation. Moving a casualty could cause further injury, so it's important that this is only done if there is danger to them where they are. 40. What should you do if the brake pedal becomes hard to press? A. Continue to drive and report it at the end of the day. B. Drain the air tanks and then continue. C. Park and phone for help. Or D. Pump the brake pedal continuously. The correct answer is C. Park and phone for help. Explanation. As soon as you detect a fault on your vehicle, you must take action. Where faulty brakes are concerned, you need to seek help immediately. Always report minor faults as soon as you detect them. Minor faults can become major ones if they aren't repaired quickly. 41. What's the first thing you should check before moving to the left? A. Behind over your left shoulder. B. Behind over your right shoulder. C. The near side mirror. Or D. The offside mirror. The correct answer is C. The near side mirror. Explanation. Before you make a turn or a change of direction, however slight, you should always check the mirrors. If you intend to turn left, check your left hand near side mirror first. 42. What should you do before moving off? A. Extend your right arm out of the window. B. Just use the offside mirror and move away quickly. C. Signal right with indicator and arm together. Or D. Use your mirrors and look behind. The correct answer is D. Use your mirrors and look behind. Explanation. To make sure it's safe, you must use the mirrors well before you make any maneuver. For example, you need to use them before moving off, turning, overtaking, slowing or stopping, opening a door or changing direction, lanes or speed. 43. How could the professional driver improve their efficiency? A. Avoid route planning because of the time it takes. B. Drive at a faster speed through hazardous areas. C. Keep to maximum speeds for shorter journeys. Or D. Plan routes to avoid busy times and congestion. The correct answer is D. Plan routes to avoid busy times and congestion. Explanation. If you plan your journey to avoid busy times, you can avoid congestion. That way, your overall journey time might be reduced, and so cutting costs and making you a more efficient driver. 44. Where would you find these flashing red lights? A. At a level crossing. B. At a pelican crossing. C. At a school crossing, or D. At a zebra crossing. The correct answer is A. At a level crossing. Explanation. These signals can be found at level crossings, some airfields, bridges, and emergency access sites. You must stop if the red lights are flashing. At level crossings, if the lights continue to flash after a train has passed, continue to wait because another train is coming. 45. Which large vehicles are more likely to damage the road surface? A. Vehicles with a mixture of recut and new tires. B. Vehicles with a mixture of tire makes. C. Vehicles with faulty spray suppression equipment. Or D. Vehicles with faulty suspension. The correct answer is D. Vehicles with faulty suspension. Explanation. Suspension faults might result in road damage. Road-friendly suspension reduces the impact on the environment, the road surface, and under-road services. 46. Where would you expect to see these road markings? A. At the entrance to a car park. B. At the start of a cycle lane. C. On the approach to a lifting barrier. Or D. On the approach to an arch bridge. The correct answer is D. On the approach to an arched bridge. Explanation. High vehicles are often directed to the center of the road to go under an arched bridge. Check that your vehicle doesn't exceed the height restriction indicated. Plan your route in advance to avoid any bridges that your vehicle won't be able to clear. 47. You want to turn right at the roundabout, marked with 2 right turn lanes. What should you do if there is ample room for your vehicle in either lane? A. Use the left-hand lane, then move to the right as you enter the roundabout. B. Use the left hand of the 2 lanes. C. Use the right-hand lane, then move to the left as you enter the roundabout. Or D. Use the right hand of the 2 lanes. The correct answer is B. Use the left hand of the 2 lanes. Explanation. Using the left-hand lane will make it easier for you to leave the roundabout. If you use the right-hand lane, there could be traffic on your left and in your blind spot when you reach your exit and try to move back to the left. 48. You're about to start a long journey midway through the day. What should you do if you notice that the side lights work but the headlights are faulty? A. Avoid driving on motorways after dark. B. Don't drive until they're repaired. C. Drive only if the weather is good. Or D. Drive only until the light begins to fade. The correct answer is B. Don't drive until they're repaired. Explanation. To comply with the law, all lights must be in good working order, even in daylight when they're not being used. Before you set out, make sure that everything is working and get any faulty lights fixed. You might need to use your headlights or other lights if you are delayed or find yourself driving in conditions of reduced visibility. 49. What should you do when you see this sign ahead? A. Accelerate because you have priority. B. Maintain your speed, it's just an information sign. C. Slow down, the road might be narrow ahead. Or D. Stop and give way to oncoming traffic. The correct answer is C. Slow down, the road might be narrow ahead. Explanation. When the road narrows, there will be less room than normal and others might not obey the rules, so slow down and approach with caution. Even when you have priority, you should still be ready to stop. 50. Where does a high-pressure fuel injector deliver fuel? A. Into the carburetors. B. Into the combustion chamber. C. Into the crankcase. Or D. Into the manifold. The correct answer is B. Into the combustion chamber. Explanation. Most diesel engines use a high-pressure fuel injector system that will deliver pressurized fuel directly into the combustion chamber of the engine. This system is known as a direct injection engine. 51. What's advisable to do when you replace a tubeless tire? A. Clean the valve. B. Fit the same valve. C. Have the valve checked. Or D. Replace the valve. The correct answer is D. Replace the valve. Explanation. Always get expert advice when dealing with tires. It's good practice to have a new valve fitted when replacing a tubeless tire. Good garages and specialist tire services know the regulations. 52. Where can you park large vehicles at night without needing to use parking lights? A. At least 10 meters or 32 feet away from any junction. B. In an off-road parking area. C. In most laybys. Or D. On a road with a 20 miles per hour speed limit. The correct answer is B. In an off-road parking area. Explanation. Off-road lorry and coach parks are often well lit and patrolled by police or security firms. Never leave your vehicle unlit on a public road or in a lay-by after dark. 53. You're waiting at the T-junction. What should you do if you see a vehicle is coming from the right with its left indicator flashing? A. Move out and accelerate hard. B. Move out slowly. C. Pull out before the vehicle reaches the junction. Or D. Wait until the vehicle starts to turn in. The correct answer is D. Wait until the vehicle starts to turn in. Explanation. Try to anticipate the actions of other road users. When you are waiting at a junction, don't emerge. Until you are sure of their intentions, their signals might be misleading. 54. When is your near side mirror most likely to endanger pedestrians? A. When driving close to the curb. B. When driving near a hospital. C. When driving over a speed hump. Or D. When driving past a car park. The correct answer is A. When driving close to the curb. Explanation. When you drive too close to the curb, there is a risk that your near side mirror could strike the head of a pedestrian. Be aware of this hazard and, if you see pedestrians close to the road, make sure you leave them enough room. 55. How will anti-lock brakes improve your vehicle's safety? A. They allow you to follow other vehicles more closely. B. They enable you to brake later than normal. C. They help you keep steering control while braking heavily. Or D. They let you drive faster on wet roads. The correct answer is C. They help you keep steering control while braking heavily. Explanation. When your steering wheels are locked, as can happen in a skid, you can't steer the vehicle. Anti-lock brakes help you to keep steering control while you are braking heavily, but they aren't a substitute for good forward planning. Anticipation and planning ahead will minimize the risk of skidding more effectively than relying on your braking system. 56. When should you allow for the effects of a speed limiter? A. When you are braking. B. When you are changing gear. C. When you are cornering. Or D. When you are overtaking. The correct answer is D. When you are overtaking. Explanation. Forward planning is important whenever you consider overtaking another road user. You should carefully assess the speed of the vehicle you intend to overtake. Remember that your vehicle's speed is limited, and this could considerably increase distance and time needed to complete the maneuver safely. 57. When is a buffer lane most likely to be in use? A. When it's foggy. B. When it's icy. C. When it's raining. Or D. When it's windy. The correct answer is D. When it's windy. Explanation. A buffer lane is used when the wind begins to cause a risk to high-sided vehicles. At other times, it will be a normal lane. Don't use the buffer lane unless your vehicle has been blown off course into the lane, or you need to use it to avoid an incident or collision. 58. Which road users are most likely to be affected by the turbulence created by large vehicles traveling at speed? A. Drivers of emergency vehicles. B. Drivers of low loaders. C. Drivers of tankers. Or D. Drivers towing caravans. The correct answer is D. Drivers towing caravans. Explanation. Caravans are relatively light but have a large surface area. This makes them vulnerable to the turbulence created by large vehicles traveling at speed. The blast of air can destabilize the caravan, causing it to snake, and in extreme cases they can be blown over. 59. Why can visibility be worse when driving at high speed in wet weather? A. Drivers bunch together when it's raining. B. Headlights will dazzle you more easily. C. More spray will be thrown up. Or D. Windscreen wipers obstruct your view. The correct answer is C. More spray will be thrown up. Explanation. Higher speeds will cause more spray to be thrown up by a vehicle's tires, particularly the tires of larger vehicles and trailers. Always use dipped headlights in poor visibility caused by rain and spray. 60. What will pumping the brake pedal in a vehicle fitted with anti-lock brakes cause? A. Increased brake wear. B. Increased effectiveness. C. Reduced brake wear. Or D. Reduced effectiveness. The correct answer is D. Reduced effectiveness. Explanation. Before driving a vehicle fitted with anti-lock brakes, refer to the handbook. This will give you details of the manufacturer's recommended method of use. Remember, anti-lock brakes will enhance your skills, but they can't replace them. 61. When can an endurance brake retarder be especially useful? A. As a way to reduce gear changes. B. To improve fuel consumption. C. When driving on steep cambers. Or D. While driving down long hills. The correct answer is D. While driving down long hills. Explanation. Plan ahead and use your endurance brake retarder to help keep your speed in check on long downhill gradients. This can help to prevent your brakes from overheating and fading. 62. What type of emergency vehicle has a green flashing beacon? A. Ambulance. B. Doctor's car. C. Fire engine. Or D. Road greeter. The correct answer is B. Doctor's car. Explanation. A green flashing light on a vehicle means the driver or passenger is a doctor on an emergency call. Give way to them if it's safe to do so. Be aware that the vehicle might be traveling quickly or might stop suddenly. 63. You stop for pedestrians at a zebra crossing. What should you do if they don't start to cross immediately? A. Be patient and wait. B. Drive on. C. Sound your horn. Or D. Wave them to cross. The correct answer is A. Be patient and wait. Explanation. If you stop for pedestrians and they don't start to cross, be patient. Don't wave them across or sound your horn. This could be dangerous if the driver of an approaching vehicle isn't aware of them. The driver might not have seen or heard your signal, making it very dangerous for the pedestrians to start to cross. 64. What should you do if you are driving along a motorway and become tired? A. Close your windows and set the heating to warm. B. Close your windows and turn up the radio volume. C. Leave the motorway at the next exit and take a rest. Or D. Stop on the hard shoulder at a safe place to rest. The correct answer is C. Leave the motorway at the next exit and take a rest. Explanation. If you feel the onset of tiredness, you need to take a break. This might be at a motorway service station, but if there isn't one nearby, you'll need to leave the next exit and find a safe place to stop and rest. 65. What should you do if you are taking medication that could affect your driving? A. Drink plenty of water. B. Drive only at night. C. Make short journeys only. Or D. Seek medical advice. The correct answer is D. Seek medical advice. Explanation. Check all medicines for their side effects, such as drowsiness. If you are unsure, ask your doctor or pharmacist to explain how you might be affected by the medication. 66. The road is wet. Why should you slow down as you approach this pedestrian? A. Because there are no road markings. B. Because they have priority. C. To avoid splashing them. Or D. To encourage them to cross. The correct answer is C. To avoid splashing them. Explanation. When the roads are wet, have consideration for pedestrians walking or standing near the curb. 67. Why should you take extra care when overtaking at night? A. Every driver will normally be tired. B. Large vehicles are subject to a 10% speed reduction. C. Most towns aren't adequately lit. Or D. Speed and distance are harder to judge. The correct answer is D. Speed and distance are harder to judge. Explanation. In the darkness, it will be difficult to assess the road ahead, especially if there are bends or hills, which might prevent you from seeing oncoming vehicles. 68. You're driving in the left-hand lane of a motorway. What should you do when you see a large vehicle merging from a slip road ahead? A. Be ready to adjust your speed. B. Leave the other vehicle to adjust its speed. C. Stay at the maximum speed allowed for your vehicle. Or D. Try to race and get ahead of it. The correct answer is A. Be ready to adjust your speed. Explanation. It's not always possible for drivers in the left-hand lane to change lanes to let joining traffic merge. However, you should be ready to adjust your speed to help the joining driver merge safely. 69. You're driving behind two cyclists. They're approaching a roundabout in the left-hand lane. What should you expect them to do? A. Go in any direction. B. Go straight ahead. C. Turn left. Or D. Turn right. The correct answer is A. Go in any direction. Explanation. When following cyclists onto a roundabout, be aware that they might not take the exit you expect them to. Cyclists approaching in the left-hand lane might be turning right. They might not have been able to get into the correct lane due to the heavy traffic, so give them room. 70. What should you do when you're approaching this zebra crossing? A. Drive on unless the pedestrians step out. B. Prepare to slow down and stop. C. Speed up and pass by quickly. Or D. Stop and wave the pedestrians across. The correct answer is B. Prepare to slow down and stop. Explanation. Be courteous and prepare to stop. Don't wave people across, as this could be dangerous if another vehicle is approaching the crossing. 71. You're traveling behind a moped. What should you do if you want to turn left a short distance ahead? A. Overtake the moped before the junction. B. Pull alongside the moped and stay level until just before the junction. C. Sound your horn as a warning and turn in front of the moped. Or D. Stay behind until the moped has passed the junction. The correct answer is D. Stay behind until the moped has passed the junction. Explanation. Passing the moped and then turning into the junction could mean that you cut across in front of the rider. This might cause them to slow down, stop, or even lose control. 72. You see a horse rider as you approach a roundabout. What should you do if they are signaling right but keeping well to the left? A. Cut in front of them. B. Keep close to them. C. Proceed as normal. Or D. Stay well back. The correct answer is D. Stay well back. Explanation. Allow horse riders to enter and exit the roundabout in their own time. Don't drive up close behind or alongside them. This could disturb the horse. 73. What should you do just before turning right from a main road into a side road? A. Cancel your right turn signal. B. Check for traffic passing on your right. C. Select first gear. Or D. Stop and set the handbrake. The correct answer is B. Check for traffic passing on your right. Explanation. Motorcyclists can often pass slow or stationary traffic. because of the relatively small size of their vehicle. Take a last look in your right-hand mirror to check for motorcyclists and so avoid turning across their path. 74. Your vehicle catches fire while you are driving through a tunnel. What should you do if the vehicle can still be driven? A. Drive it out of the tunnel if you can do so. B. Leave it where it is with the engine running. C. Park it away from the carriageway. Or D. Stop, then walk to an emergency telephone point. The correct answer is A. Drive it out of the tunnel if you can do so. Explanation. If it's possible and you can do so without causing further danger, it's safer to drive a vehicle that's on fire out of a tunnel. The greatest danger in a tunnel fire is smoke and suffocation. 75. What effect will using a mobile phone have on your driving? A. Your attention will be diverted from the road. B. Your field of vision will be reduced. C. Your vehicle will be harder to steer. Or D. Your vehicle's electronic systems will be disrupted. The correct answer is A. Your attention will be diverted from the road. Explanation. Driving today requires all of your attention all of the time. Any distraction, however brief, is dangerous. This is why it's illegal to use a handheld mobile phone while you're driving. 76. How should you answer a mobile phone call while you're driving? A. Keep one hand on the steering wheel. B. Reduce your speed wherever you are. C. Slow down and allow others to overtake. Or D. Stop safely before answering. The correct answer is D. Stop safely before answering. Explanation. No phone call is important enough to endanger someone's life. If you must be contactable when driving, plan your route to include breaks where you can catch up on telephone messages in safety. Always choose a safe place to take a break. 77. How can you help to prevent brake fade? A. Apply the parking brake. B. Repeatedly pump the brake pedal. C. Select neutral for a short distance. Or D. Use the endurance brake. The correct answer is D. Use the endurance brake. Explanation. Brake fade occurs when the brakes overheat. Good forward planning and correct use of the gears when descending hills, together with proper use of the endurance brake retarder, can help to prevent brake fade. 78. Where must extra care be taken when using an endurance brake retarder? A. On downhill gradients. B. On slippery roads. C. On uneven roads. Or D. On uphill gradients. Correct answer is B. On slippery roads. Explanation. The endurance brake retarder slows the vehicle without the use of the wheel-mounted brakes. However, care should be taken in slippery conditions when the retarder's effect can be powerful enough to cause a skid. 79. A bus has stopped at the bus stop ahead of you. What should you do if its right-hand indicator is flashing? A. Flash your headlights and slow down. B. Slow down and give way if it's safe to do so. C. Slow down and then sound your horn. Or D. Sound your horn and keep going. The correct answer is B. Slow down and give way if it's safe to do so. Explanation. Give way to buses whenever you can do so safely, especially when they signal to pull away from bus stops. Look out for people who have left the bus and wish to cross the road. Also look for people rushing to catch a bus. They might be more concerned about catching the bus than watching for traffic. 80. How should you let other vehicles overtake when you are driving a slow-moving vehicle along a narrow road? A. Give a left turn signal. B. Maintain a steady speed. C. Pull in when you can. Or D. Wave them past. The correct answer is C. Pull in when you can. Explanation. Drivers queuing behind you might make hasty or ill-judged decisions in an effort to overtake. If you see a queue of traffic building up behind, give way as soon as you can to do so safely by pulling in to the left. 81. What are the consequences of driving your vehicle when it's emitting excessive exhaust smoke? A. Its fuel consumption will improve. B. The brakes will fade more easily. C. You'll be breaking the law. Or D. Your vision ahead will be reduced. The correct answer is C. You'll be breaking the law. Explanation. It's illegal to drive a vehicle that's emitting excessive exhaust smoke, so you should get the problem fixed as soon as you're aware of it. Excessive exhaust smoke increases pollution and creates a hazard for other road users. 82. You are driving on a motorway. There has been a collision on the opposite carriageway. What should you do if drivers ahead are slowing to look? A. Concentrate on the road ahead. B. Overtake using the hard shoulder. C. Slow down to take a look. Or D. Stop on the hard shoulder. The correct answer is A. Concentrate on the road ahead. Explanation. Drivers passing incidents often end up having collisions themselves when they are distracted by the scene. You need to keep your concentration in a situation like this and ignore what's happening on the other carriageway. 83. What's the purpose of green and yellow fluorescent studs on a motorway? A. They mark access points for emergency services. B. They mark the lanes in a contraflow system. C. They separate the edge of the hard shoulder from the grass verge. Or D. They separate the slip road from the motorway. The correct answer is B. They mark the lanes in a contraflow system. Explanation. Roadworks can involve complex lane layouts. Reflective green and yellow fluorescent studs are used to separate the lanes in a contraflow traffic system. As you approach roadworks, look for traffic signs giving you advanced information which might relate to the size or type of vehicle you are driving. 84. How should you slow down or stop when you're driving on an icy road? A. Always use the retarder. B. Brake gently and in good time. C. Change down through the gears. Or D. Use a parking brake in a rapid on and off movement. The correct answer is B. brake gently and in good time. Explanation: when you have to slow down or stop, you should always avoid harsh, late braking. This is particularly important on icy or slippery roads, where you need to brake gently and in good time to make sure you keep control of your vehicle. 85. You hit the curb at speed. What part of your vehicle should you check for damage? A. Brakes. B. Exhaust. C. Lights. Or D. Tires. The correct answer is D. Tires. Explanation: hitting the curb at speed can split the tire or put the steering and suspension geometry out of alignment. Have it checked as soon as possible. A sudden puncture in a front tire could result in a loss of steering control and a serious crash. 86. When would you use kickdown on a vehicle that has automatic transmission? A. To apply the emergency brakes. B. To give quicker acceleration. C. To go down a steep hill. Or D. To stop more smoothly. The correct answer is B. To give quicker acceleration. Explanation: depending on road speed, pressing the accelerator pedal firmly to the floor will activate the switch that allows the gearbox to select a lower gear for improved acceleration. 87. A vehicle has rolled over and caught fire. The driver's hands and arms have been burned. How could you help the driver? A. Douse the burns with cold water. B. Remove anything sticking to the burns. C. Remove smoldering clothing. Or D. Try to put out the fire. The correct answer is A. Douse the burns with cold water. Explanation: don't remove anything sticking to a burn. You might cause further damage and introduce infection into the wound. If you can, douse the burn with clean cold water or other non-toxic liquid for at least 10 minutes. 88. Spilled diesel makes the road very slippery. Which vehicle will be most at risk from this hazard? A. Buses. B. Lorries. C. Motorcycles. Or D. Tractors. The correct answer is C. Motorcycles. Explanation: take care to secure caps and tank hatches. Diesel is very slippery and, if spilled on the road, is particularly dangerous to motorcyclists. 89. Which road users are more vulnerable at road junctions? A. Car drivers. B. Cyclists. C. Lorry drivers. Or D. Taxi drivers. The correct answer is B. Cyclists. Explanation: road junctions can be especially dangerous for some road users, especially those that are small and more easily overlooked. Effective observation is necessary to ensure you don't overlook anything. 90. Why should you slow down when you see this sign? A. To avoid splashing others with water. B. To avoid throwing up loose chippings. C. To prevent grit from blocking your air filter. Or D. To reduce the risk of a blowout. The correct answer is B. To avoid throwing up loose chippings. Explanation: This sign is usually accompanied by a reduced speed limit. When chippings fly out from your tires, they can cause a lot of damage to other vehicles or injury to pedestrians, cyclists and motorcyclists. Slowing down will reduce the risk. 91. How can you plan your route before starting a long journey? A. Ask your local garage. B. Check your vehicle's workshop manual. C. Consult your travel agents. Or D. Use a route planner on the internet. The correct answer is D. Use a route planner on the internet. Explanation. Various route planners are available on the internet. Most of them give you options allowing you to choose the most direct route, the quickest route, or a scenic route. The plans might also include rest and fuel stops. Print them off and take them with you, but don't look at them while you are actually driving. 92. Planning your route before starting a journey is a good idea. Why should you also plan an alternative route? A. It might be more scenic. B. You might get held up by a tractor. C. Your maps may have different scales. Or D. Your original route might be blocked. The correct answer is D. Your original route might be blocked. Explanation. It can be frustrating and worrying to find your planned route blocked by roadworks or diversions. If you plan an alternative, you'll feel less stressed and able to concentrate fully on your driving. If your original route is mostly on motorways, it's a good idea to plan an alternative using non-motorway roads. Always carry a map with you, just in case you need to refer to it, but stop driving before you do so. 93. You are on a motorway and there is a strong side wind. Which vehicle is particularly at risk? A. A motorcycle. B. A road tanker. C. A sports car. Or D. A taxi. The correct answer is A. A motorcycle. Explanation. Motorcycles can be very vulnerable to strong side wind. Allow extra room when overtaking them in windy weather. Check your near side mirror while alongside and before moving back to the left. 94. How long is a digital tachograph driver smart card valid? A. 5 years. B. 1 year. C. 10 years. Or D. 3 years. The correct answer is A. 5 years. Explanation. Digital tachograph drivers' smart cards are valid for a maximum of 5 years. You should receive a reminder about 3 months before the expiry date. However, it's your responsibility to make sure that you apply for a new card at least 15 days before the old one expires. 95. Drivers must have a driver's smart card for use in digital tachographs. Where can you obtain a replacement smart card in Great Britain? A. A tachograph calibration centre. B. Highways England. C. The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency. Or D. The Post Office. The correct answer is C. The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency. Explanation. In Great Britain, a replacement smart card can only be obtained from the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency, DVLA. In Northern Ireland, they are available from the Driver and Vehicle Agency, DVA. 96. What should you try to do when your vehicle has a front tire blowout? A. Brake hard and steer towards the affected side. B. Don't use your brakes under any circumstances. C. Hold the steering wheel firmly and slow down gradually. Or D. Steer to the right hand side and brake firmly. The correct answer is C. Hold the steering wheel firmly and slow down gradually. Explanation. With a front tire blowout, you won't be able to steer properly. Keep a firm hold of the steering wheel and slow gradually to a stop. Don't brake hard or steer sharply. 97. What happens to diesel fuel when it gets hot? A. It expands. B. It liquefies. C. It shrinks. Or D. It waxes. The correct answer is A. It expands. Explanation. On a hot day, the fuel in your tank will expand. If this happens when the tank has been filled to the brim, fuel will spill onto the road. This can be very dangerous or even fatal for other road users, especially motorcyclists. Allow for this expansion when filling your tank. 98. Your vehicle breaks down during a journey. You continue by driving in another vehicle with the same type of tachograph. What must you do with your tachograph chart? A. Leave it in the broken down vehicle. B. Take it with you for security but use a new chart in the new vehicle. C. Take it with you and use it in the new vehicle. Or D. Telephone the testing authority for permission to drive without a chart. The correct answer is C. Take it with you and use it in the new vehicle. Explanation. When changing vehicles, you should also record certain pieces of information, including the closing odometer reading, the registration number of the new vehicle, the odometer start reading, and the time of the vehicle change. 99. You're driving on a motorway after it's been raining heavily. What should you do if spray is being thrown up, causing poor visibility? A. Keep a 2-second gap. B. Reduce your separation distance. C. Remove spray suppression equipment. Or D. Use dipped headlights. The correct answer is D. Use dipped headlights. Explanation. When visibility is poor or the road is wet, leave a greater separation distance, at least a 4-second time gap, from the vehicle in front. You should also reduce speed and use dipped headlights. 100. You're about to drive an unfamiliar vehicle. What should you do if you think there might be moisture in the air brake reservoir? A. Assume the system has automatic drain valves. B. Find out whether you need to drain the system manually. C. Leave the engine running for a while before driving. Or D. Nothing is the vehicle owner's responsibility. The correct answer is B. Find out whether you need to drain the system manually. Explanation. Moisture in the braking system can cause serious problems, especially in cold weather when it could freeze and stop the brakes from working. Most modern vehicles have a system that drains automatically, but make sure you know which system is fitted to any vehicle that you drive. The end. Thank you for watching, guys, and please share, subscribe and like the video, and please also drop a message in the chat. Thank you very much. Bye. See you next time.